Hey y'all, welcome to Rice and Crafts. Today I'm going to show you how to make these faux quilted backgrounds. So let's go ahead and get started. For a list of supplies and measurements, click the information bar below for a link to my blog. What I have here is I'm just working with, this is a 3 3/4 by 5-inch piece of paper. You can use typing paper here, you can use whatever. I just happen to have some cheap cardstock here. You could do it 4 by 5 1/4. You know, whatever size you wanted to do, you could do the whole card front. I like to layer, so that's why I chose the size I did. And then I'm using this Color Box. I don't even know if you guys can see that or not. Color Box Photo Mats Brights. It's just 4 by 5. I'm sorry, 4.5 by 7 1/4 inch pattern paper. I got it for like $5 at Walmart. Okay, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna pick, you know, the pattern paper you want. I'm using 4 colors, and you're gonna cut them 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches. I cut 2 pieces of each pattern. No, I'm sorry, 1 piece of each pattern, as much as I could. And I've already got one done here, which I'm going to set aside this and move on with the next one. But I'm going to show you how to do this. And what you're going to do is you're just going to pick your pattern. I left some white space because I think it's kind of cool looking. You don't have to. I've done them where you fill the whole thing. It doesn't matter. You just need to decide what you want to do, and then pick your pattern. And I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. Let's say we go blue, green, orange, and yellow. And then of course you're gonna start over and you're gonna do blue to finish down here. Now the cool thing about making multiples is once you've done one card, you've got all kinds of scrap leftover pieces here that you can use to fill holes. So when you start this and you start cutting off, don't throw away. Keep them. They work great for filling in holes. So I've just got some snail adhesive here, and I'm just going to fill my top square. You can use whatever adhesive you want, but just like that. And then I'm going to take the next piece. And you're just going to work your way down that middle row. And you always start from the top corner to the bottom corner. Because you want this straight, even line to get you started. And I know it kind of seems silly to sit and try and put adhesive on each of these little squares, but trust me, it is so much easier to do it this way than trying to get these lined up if the whole background is covered. Trust me. I know it seems silly, but trust. Okay, so then I'm gonna just trim my pieces off, and this is what I'm talking about. You're gonna save these pieces here. Because you are going to, if you use one small piece of paper, you're going to get at least 2 backgrounds. Now you can change the pattern up and make it look totally different. Okay. And then what you're going to do is I'm going to come in and I'm going to get one of these little blue square scrap pieces here, and I'm just going to make sure I've got adhesive on it good. And then I'm just going to cover that bottom piece right there. And then once again, we'll just cut it off. Save the remaining piece. Okay, so now this is what we've got. So now we're going to bring this orange piece and we're going to come up here. Okay, so it's just like you would piece together a quilt. You want them to be kind of lined up a little bit, but you don't want them right next to each other. Okay, so I'm gonna bring my green and I'm gonna bring it down one. So green's gonna come here. So this yellow here is gonna come up to this corner. So I'm gonna break out one of my scrap pieces. And I'm going to, and this piece has adhesive on it, so it's gonna be permanent there. This, oops, if I can get it off my finger. Get it pushed down. Okay, so that's what you're gonna do. You're just going to work your way around, and then this yellow piece here is gonna be here, like that. We're gonna bring green, oops, except I didn't have that lined up right, so let's, okay, our green from here is going to be here. So you just, work your way around and fill it up. So I'm not gonna do all of that because I've already done one here. So I'm gonna move on to the next step, which is going to be to apply the quilting part. Now, there's two ways that you can do this. This is a technique I learned off of the Paper Tray Ink YouTube. And they used the cover plate with your embossing mat. Okay. Cover plates from Paper Tray Ink are dies. Without this rubber mat behind it, it would have cut the, in this case I'm using the hexagon one, so it would have cut all the little hexagons out and left me just the chicken wire look. Okay, but because I used the rubber mat, I got this quilted look. Okay, you don't have to, you're not going to get the exact look, but you don't have to use the paper tray cover plates or a die. You don't have to. There's other ways to do it. And the other way to do it is to just grab one of your embossing folders, okay? This one I used the Quatrefoil Paper Studio one. And it still looks cool. It's not the same, but it still looks cool. And I like it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to grab a cover plate. Now you're gonna want one that's got some kind of design like this. This is not gonna do it, and I can't, Swiss dots is not gonna give you the right look. I don't think this wood grain is gonna give me the right look. The brick probably would give me the right look, but not exactly what I'm going for here. So one of these two swirls would work. If you were doing Christmas, Merry Christmas would work. The music notes would work. Snowflakes would work. But I think I'm going to try something. I've got these impressibilities from Spellbinders, and I don't use them very often because, well, frankly, I'm not real good at using them. So, but I want to try it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to grab a piece of tape here because I want this to kind of stay where I put it. So I'm just going to tape it a little bit. Okay. Now, I'm going to grab my Cuttlebug. Okay, so I grabbed my Big Shot here, and I'm just going to grab and look for the sandwich I need on my multi-plate. Alright, folders, textured impressions. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to go ahead and just use it closed. I'm trying to remember how I did this before. Okay, and I think it goes face down. Like I said, I'm not real great at this, so if it doesn't work exactly like I want it to, I will understand. Alright, and I'm just going to send this through. Now, it's a very tight squeeze, but it does go through. Okay. And it did work. Cool. Alright, so I'm going to peel this tape off. And I hope I didn't leave a tape line. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and get my Big Shot out of the way here. Alright, and I'm going to pop that out. Oh, that does look really cool. I like that. Okay, so that gave me the same kind of impression as the cover plate did. Cool. So, that worked out pretty cool then. Alright, so that's how you do it, guys. You could use, like I said, you don't have to use the Spellbinders and Pressabilities. You don't have to use the Paper Tray ink cover plates. You can use those. You can use embossing folders. You know, play with it, make it your own. That's part of the cool thing about making backgrounds like this is there's no right or wrong. So, thanks for stopping by. I'll see y'all next time.